The dangerous psychology social engineering scams trick people into willingly surrendering their passwords and personal information. Rather than relying on sophisticated hacking tools, cybercriminals exploit fundamental human psychological vulnerabilities. Our tendency to trust authority figures, react impulsively to urgent threats, and respond emotionally to fear or greed. I will explain how scammers masterfully combine techniques like authority bias, impersonating banks or bosses, manufactured urgency, your account will be locked in 30 minutes, and emotional manipulation to bypass victims' rational thinking and get them to click malicious links or share sensitive data. Through real-world examples of phishing emails, CEO fraud, and text message scams, this video will reveal how these psychological weapons work together in sophisticated attacks, before providing viewers with a 4-step psychological armor checklist to defend against these manipulation tactics by stopping, verifying sources independently, and recognizing emotional hooks before they can take effect. Stay with me to the end. Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Think about this for a second. The most powerful lock you have to protect your entire digital life isn't on your phone or your computer. It's actually in your head. It's your judgment, your caution, your instinct to say no. And it's the single most important defense against hackers. Yes, you heard that right. But it may surprise you to know that there's a specific, proven psychological trick that can bypass that lock entirely. A method so effective that it doesn't rely on advanced hacking software or breaking through firewalls. Instead, it uses simple human psychology to get you to willingly hand over the keys to your kingdom. We're talking about giving away your password, your credit card number, your entire identity, and you might not even realize it until it's too late. By understanding the mind games at play, you can finally arm yourself against them. And stick around to the very end, because I'm going to reveal a single, powerful mental checklist, a sort of psychological armor that you can use every single time you encounter a suspicious message to protect yourself. It's a game changer, and it's the one thing that will keep you from ever falling for these tricks again. So, where do we start? Well, the number one psychological weapon in a scammer's arsenal is something called authority bias. It's this deep-seated human tendency to trust and obey figures of authority. Think about it. Our whole society is built on it. We trust doctors, police officers, teachers, our bosses. We are wired to listen to people in charge. Scammers exploit this brilliantly by impersonating trusted entities. You get an email that says it's from your bank. It has their logo, their standard formatting, even the right kind of formal language. It looks legit. They're banking on your brain seeing that logo and hearing that official tone, and just automatically skipping the critical thinking step. They're using the authority of your bank to convince you to click a link you never should. This is why you see scams pretending to be from big names like Amazon, PayPal, or even the IRS. They're leveraging that psychological shortcut in your brain. But that's not the whole story. They almost always combine authority with a second, even more powerful trick: urgency and scarcity. This is the oldest trick in the book. It's the act now or else tactic. The email says, your account has been compromised. You have 30 minutes to reset your password or it will be locked forever. Or, your package is waiting for delivery. Click here to confirm your address immediately, or it will be returned. This is a genius move because it completely bypasses your rational brain. You're no longer thinking logically, you're reacting emotionally. Your brain goes into a panicked fight or flight mode. You feel that jolt of fear or anxiety, and you just want to solve the problem as quickly as possible. You're not looking for spelling errors, you're not checking the sender's email address, you're just clicking. A study on phishing scams found that urgent, fear-based messages had a significantly higher click-through rate. It's not a coincidence. They're literally using your adrenaline against you. Think about the classic CEO fraud or business email compromise scams. A criminal will impersonate a company CEO and send a perfectly crafted email to a finance manager. The email isn't just a sudden demand. It might say, hey, I know you're busy, but I'm in a meeting right now and need you to handle this wire transfer for me. I trust you to get this done quickly. Do you see what they did there? They used your name. They mentioned your busy schedule. They explicitly said, I trust you. They're not commanding you. They're appealing to your ego, your sense of responsibility, and the pre-existing trust you have in your boss. It feels like a personal request from a teammate, not a random command. This is how billions of dollars are stolen from companies every year. Would you like to learn more about CEO fraud and business email compromise? See the description box below to watch our videos on these topics, where we give full explanations on what these can do to your business. Let's get back to it. Another powerful tool they use is social proof. We're hardwired to do what others are doing. If you're on a website and you see a pop-up that says, 5 people in your area just claimed a free gift card, or John from Boston just won a brand new TV. This is why a lot of spam websites are designed to look like they have a live feed of other people winning things. They're using the power of social proof to convince you to enter your personal details. It's a completely fabricated reality, but your brain falls for it because it's looking for social cues to tell it what to do. The most effective scams tap into our core emotions: fear, greed, and the desire to help. This is where the human element comes in, and it's the part that makes these attacks so difficult to defend against. Let's unravel them one at a time. Fear. This is the most common. We already talked about urgency, but it can be much more personal. I know someone who got a text message claiming to be from their son, who was in a fender bender. It said, "Mom, I'm in a little trouble, and I need you to send me some money right now for a towing truck. My phone is about to die. Don't try to call me." The victim didn't think twice. They immediately wired the money. They were in a state of panic and wanted to protect their child. They didn't even stop to call their son's number to verify. They just reacted to the fear and the urgent plea for help. On the other side of the coin is greed. You've just won a brand new iPhone. You've been selected to receive a check for $10,000. We see these emails all the time. Our rational brain knows it's too good to be true, but that tiny hopeful voice inside our head says, "But what if it's real? What if I'm the one lucky person who actually won?" That little spark of greed is enough to get you to click the link and enter your details to claim your prize. And a final sneaky one is the desire to help. Scammers will impersonate charities or people in distress. They'll create a compelling story about a sick child or an urgent need for disaster relief. They're appealing to our best intentions. We feel like we're doing a good thing, and in that moment, our critical defenses are lowered because we're not thinking about being scammed. We're thinking about being a hero. So, now that we understand psychology, let's put it all together. I'm going to walk you through a hypothetical, but very realistic social engineering attack from start to finish, using all the psychological tricks we've talked about. Let's say A, they wants to get access to a financial advisor's work email. They don't just send a random phishing link. They start by finding the financial advisor's email online. They also find their bank's name, maybe from an old press release. They look on the advisor's LinkedIn profile and see that they have a good relationship with their boss. They move forward to create a fake email that looks identical to the bank's, but the sender is a slightly misspelled address. The email says, "Your work bank account has detected suspicious activity. Please confirm your identity immediately to prevent a fraudulent wire transfer." But they don't stop there. They also sends an email from a fake account that looks like the advisor's boss. The subject line is something casual like, "Quick question." The body of the email says, "Hey, I got a weird message from the bank about my account. Did you get something similar? Can you check yours and let me know? I need to know before this next meeting." Now, the advisor isn't just dealing with a random bank warning. They have a personal request from their boss, using social proof to make it seem like a known issue. The advisor's brain is now in overdrive. They have a bank warning, authority plus fear, and a request from their boss, trust plus urgency. The pressure is on. They click the link in the bank email, which takes them to a fake login page. The page looks identical to their bank's login portal. They type in their username and password. The scammer has it. The advisor is then redirected to the real bank website, so they don't even realize they were just compromised. They think they fixed the problem. Do you see how it works? It's not about a single trick. It's a combination of psychological vulnerabilities that they exploit one after another until your rational brain is completely offline. It's a perfectly orchestrated, human-centered attack. Note that this is only to educate and not promote illegal actions. So, what can you do? How do you protect yourself from these incredibly sophisticated attacks? It all comes back to that initial promise I made. The key is to build a psychological defense, a simple checklist you can run through every time you feel that little tug of urgency or fear. This is your psychological armor checklist. Stop. Breathe. Slow down. The first thing a scammer wants is for you to panic and react immediately. So the first step is to do the opposite. Stop everything you're doing. A legitimate organization will not pressure you into making an immediate decision. The moment you feel that sense of urgency, that's your first and most important red flag. Is it a big ask? Ask yourself what the email or message is asking you to do. Is it asking you for your password, your credit card number, or to wire money? Legitimate organizations will almost never ask for this kind of information via email or text. They'll tell you to log into their official website or call them directly. If the request feels big, it's probably a scam. Verify the source, always. Do not click the link. Don't respond to the text. Instead, independently verify the request. If it's your bank, close the email, open a new browser, and manually type in your bank's website address. Log in and check your account. If it's a message from your boss, pick up the phone and call them directly to confirm. This simple step completely breaks the scammer's chain of psychological manipulation. Consider the emotional hook. Ask yourself, what is this message making me feel? Is it making me feel afraid, greedy, guilty? Scammers are just fishing for an emotional response. If you can identify that emotion, you can recognize the trick for what it is. That's it. 4 simple steps. Stop. Check the ask. Verify the source. Identify the emotional hook. This isn't just good digital hygiene. It's a psychological defense mechanism. It's the one thing that will train your brain to resist the tricks that scammers use. So, the next time you get a suspicious email, a strange text, or a weird call, you won't just see a message, you'll see a psychological trick in action. You'll recognize the authority bias, the manufactured urgency, and the emotional hook. You'll know that a scammer isn't targeting your computer, they're targeting your brain, and now you have the armor to defend yourself. I hope this video has given you a newfound confidence in your ability to protect your digital life. What's the closest you've ever come to falling for a scam? Or what's a great example of a scam you've seen? Let me know in the comments below. I want to hear about your experiences. So, now you've got the psychological armor to spot those scams. But putting that armor on and staying ahead of the bad guys is a whole different ballgame. If you want to take your cybersecurity to the next level and put everything you learned today into practice, a great first step is to download our free security checklist. It's packed with simple, actionable steps that can help you defend yourself against these psychological tricks. Just head over to Teleris.com to grab your copy. And we all know that sometimes you need an expert to guide you through this digital minefield. If you're looking for more hands-on support to protect yourself or your business from these kinds of attacks, our experts are ready to help. You can request a free consultation with us, or if you want to see our security solutions in action, go ahead and request a demo through our contact form. Don't just watch out for the tricks. Make sure you're fully protected from them. If this video has opened your eyes to a new way of thinking about online safety, smash that like button. That way YouTube knows the video is great and shares it with more people. Also share this video. Send it to a friend or family member who you think might be at risk. Let's make sure everyone has this mental armor. And do not forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell for more interesting and fascinating videos like this. Thanks for watching, stay safe out there, and I'll catch you in the next one.